I'm excited.
Bottom of the hour, 8:30 is the time on this Wednesday morning, this cold Wednesday morning, I should say. Man, it's only 6 degrees now. We have dropped at least 1 degree, if not 2, ever since we started the 8 o'clock hour of the ride this morning. And I mean, it's just been horrible. We were maintaining at 10 degrees for a long time. We're supposed to get to a high today of 19, but ever since we hit the 8 o'clock time, it's one of those things. And that's not fun by any means, especially when we're looking at below zero wind chills as we get into tonight and tomorrow. I'll tell you all about it in the K97 weather in just a little bit. Well, like we do every Wednesday, we talk with our good friend Rhonda from Almost Home Humane Society right here in Fort Dodge. Now, again, if you're tuned in on the airwaves of K97, you can hear my conversation with Rhonda. Or if you're on one of our many audio streams, like our website, yourfortdodge.com, on the free iHeartRadio app, on radio.com, on TuneIn Radio as well. Or if you go to our Facebook page, Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, well, you can see Rhonda and I just sitting right there. Rhonda looking lovely as ever, me looking whatever as ever. The reason why I use cartoon dogs as a background is because if I used pictures of real dogs, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference between me and them. So it would be, hey, Rhonda, if I don't do it to me, somebody's going to. So it might be Stumpy after the way I busted on him this morning. I don't know if you heard that or not.
I did not. Did you get him good this morning?
Well, I try to get him good every morning. But, the thing is, first off, let me say, first and foremost, good morning, Rhonda. Good to have you on as always.
Thank you.
Now, Stumpy is totally a walking conflict of himself, okay? Because you just look at him and go, okay, this guy's got a lot of things we can just pick on, to say the very least. So Stumpy texts me this morning, knowing this is my request day, and says, hey, play a song that makes you think of me. Really? Why don't you just give me a load of bazooka? I mean, it's the same thing. So I started out with a song, Short People. Short people got no reason to live by, of course,
Randy Newman.
Randy Newman, yes. Thank you. I couldn't think of his first name. I want to say Alfred E. Newman. I'm thinking, no, that's Mad Magazine.
You were close.
Randy Newman from 1977.
Yeah.
But then I went right into the Oompa Loompa song from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because, Stumpy's kind of Oompa Loompa. The only difference between him and them is they got more hair than he does. So,
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Well, Rhonda, now you work with the man on the board. He brought it on himself, okay? I mean, he said, play me a song that makes you think of me. Are you kidding me? Really?
Yeah. He did bring it on himself.
Why don't you give me a bucket of ice cream and say, don't eat this? I mean, it's going to have the same results, right? It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's Stumpy. Glad I could do what I could do.
You should have freaked him out and played what's the song? The Minnie Riperton song with the that.
Oh man, now that I think about it, there's so many others I could have played along those lines as well. Oh no. Oh, see, Rhonda, where were you when I needed you?
I'm sorry. I was dang it.
I could have played I Am Woman by Helen Reddy. That would have been more like him,
Yeah.
Anyway,
yes.
well, enough about Stumpy today, Rhonda. How are you doing on this cold Iowa morning?
I'm good because I have a dog. Actually, I have 2 dogs with me and a cat, and a dog's average temperature is 101 degrees. So if you're cold, just call us up and get your puppy, and you got a 101 degree foot warmer right there.
There you go. Right. Well, or in the case of your Charlie, it's more like a 101 degree body warmer because he's a big boy.
He is a big boy. Yeah. You could just, he'd take care of you.
He's a body pillow. That's what he is.
That's right. That is right.
I want to go back to like when we were growing up again, because you and I grew up around the same time and so forth. But it's amazing how when you get older, so many things change that you don't really expect to, and so many things that you don't want to. Like you and I both know when you hit 40, things start to go south on you that you didn't even realize you even had until a doctor had to explain to you, yes, you've got one of those on the inside of your body. And then, right. And then you get 50 and it's even worse.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
When we were kids, Rhonda, snow and cold didn't bother us in the slightest.
No,
and now look at me. Now I sit in my studio with a complete hoodie on right here, just trying to keep some degree of body heat going on and some degree of warmth here. It's crazy.
how does that change? I don't know, but you're exactly right. It's like, you used to be able to go outside for hours and, come in soaking wet and you're still fine. But
yeah, it's soaking wet in sub-zero weather,
Yes, yes, that's what I mean. Because you were playing with snow, so of course your
Right.
mittens got wet. And yeah, I don't know.
I know I stepped through the snow yesterday because obviously we had a bunch of it. And I stepped through it yesterday to get to my car. And when I got home, I noticed right around the cuff of my jeans was a little damp. And I'm like, oh, I can't have that.
Oh, no.
So I had to go change right away, and get out of that. But you're right. We used to come in wet from head to toe. It didn't bother us.
No, I know it.
Wow.
Yeah. So for your younger listeners, like, this is stuff to come yet.
Yes, it is. Yeah, because I remember, and you may the same, but I remember hearing my older aunts and uncles, my father actually saying how rough it is to get old. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, because I'm in my 20s and 30s. And now I get it. I totally get it. And I'm just going to boldly say it, Rhonda. It sucks to get old. It just does.
It does. The alternative is not better, though. So
well, that's true. Not getting old at all, like ever.
That's right. That's right. So
yeah, that's not a good trade-off. But
no.
So for you 20 somethings and 30 somethings right now that think you got it made, and you got the world by the those bells. Things are going to change. Things are going to change, just so you know.
You'll wake up one morning and it's like, wait, that worked yesterday. Why doesn't it work today?
Okay, there's another example. Have you noticed, and this has been, the last, 10 years or better for me. I used to be able to, when I decided it was time for me to get up, I used to be able to leap out of bed and I'm, go hit the shower and the whole works. Now I have to sit up on the side of my bed, wait a couple of minutes until I make sure my equilibrium is just fine, stand up, stay right there for a couple of minutes to make sure that when I put one foot in front of the other, they're actually going to work.
I think getting up, so, working from home has obviously its benefits, but one of the things I've noticed is like, I sit longer. When you're in an office, you go visit people and what have you. But when you're working home alone, it's like you sit. And then it's like, when I get up from sitting, it's like, I don't know if I can get up. Terrible.
Isn't that the truth? And when you do stand up, finally, you got to stop just to make sure there's no ache that's going to go along with you moving right away.
Exactly.
Oh. I got one of my staff right next to my office. You've been here in our building. Right next to my office is one of our recording studios. We call them production studios. And I paged one of my staff the other day who was sitting right next door in the production studio, and he yelled through the wall. He goes, "Why don't you just come over here?" And I said, "Because you're in your 30s, I'm in my 50s. You get over here. It's just that simple."
That's it. Play the card when you can.
Oh, absolutely. And not to beat this to death, because the Lord knows life is beating us to death, Rhonda. But
Right.
Have you noticed that you'll just be walking along and everything will seem fine, and all of a sudden, boom, like your knee will give out for no warning whatsoever? No warning.
Absolutely. No
reason.
Again, it's kind of like, well, that just worked. How come it's not working now? I don't know.
Just an eighth of a second ago, half a step ago, that thing was fine. Now all of a sudden, I don't know what's going on here. Anyway.
It reached its expiration date and bam, it's gone.
And there's no extension past the expiration date whatsoever.
No.
See, this is, I love talking fur babies with you, Rhonda, but this is one of the reasons why I love talking to you every Wednesday, because doggone it, you can relate.
That's exactly right.
Well, let's talk about the fur babies now. I know last week we had a red alert desperation in need of canned cat and dog food, of clumping kitty litter. I understand some people did drop off some canned cat and dog food to at least help get you by. So that's good. Is that still a big need right now?
Yep, it's still a big need. And thank you to those who did drop by to get us through the week. That was greatly appreciated. But yeah, canned food for our pets with teeth issues. So canned cat and dog food. And then this week, so we're good this week on bleach. Last week bleach we were pretty much out of that. But we need puppy chow and kitten chow this week is in addition to the clumping kitty litter and the soft food. Boy,
now is definitely the time to need it. And again, as you pointed out last week and again this week, when it comes to the softer food, there are pets that don't have the teeth that's needed, or they've got gum issues or whatever it may be. They need that softer stuff, or it's going to be a painful time to try and eat, to where they won't even probably eat because it'll hurt so much.
Right. And there's nothing sadder than seeing a kind of a toothless cat trying to gum a nugget because it just doesn't work. So
Right.
yeah. So those, we have some, kids that have not had good dental hygiene, and they need some soft stuff. So yeah, that's definitely on our list. And then we've got some kitties and puppies in that also need some, kitty and puppy food. So that'll be good too. And then watch for them on our Facebook and website, because obviously they're just cute. So
well, of course they are.
Yeah.
Any fur baby that comes to Almost Home is nothing but cute, Rhonda.
Exactly.
So if you're looking for them, again, come into their Facebook page and their website as well. You'll get those posted as soon as you possibly can. But what else do we have on the needs list for this week besides clumping kitty litter and canned cat and dog food?
And the kitten and puppy chow. That's pretty much our 3 big needs this week. So, yep.
All right.
Anything, all of our usual stuff that we talk about, anything is always gratefully accepted, because, we'll run out of it at some point because we go through it so fast. So,
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you mentioned bleach that you're doing okay on right now, but we need to get you above the okay level. We need to get you to a point where you're not having to worry about it for a while. And if people are tuning in for the first time going, well, why does Almost Home need bleach? Well, because the cleaning aspect, it takes a lot. Again, as Rhonda and I have said many times, think about what you go through with your own pet at home, multiply that times 50 or 100, and that is what Almost Home goes through on a daily.
Yep. So like paper towels, bleach, anything, any cleaning supplies, office supplies, toilet paper, something people don't think about, but we do have staff that need use the bathroom. And I've been out there before when it's like, why don't we have any toilet paper? So anything like that.
Now, don't get a bad visual when I say this, but you don't want to see the staff out in the dog park using that like the dogs do. Okay, I mean, because there's no toilet paper inside the building. You don't want them to have to do that. So,
especially at -6, I mean that's just not right.
Right. Well, and if I drive by and I see Stumpy out in the dog park scooting his backside along the ground, I'm going to know you guys are really, really in desperate need right now. So.
That would be true. That would be a very big sign that we're in desperate need.
Oh, absolutely. Rhonda, and I've said this a couple of times already this year, I'm going to say it again. It is a goal for me this year through our means here on K97 that, by golly, we are going to get you one of those industrial strength, those industrial size washers and dryers before the end of this year. And we're working on it. I know, again, for anybody who may wonder, well, why do they need washers and dryers? Because you go through an awful lot of laundry, obviously, with bedding and blankets and towels and the whole works. So they are constantly in use.
They are, and we do wear them out pretty regularly. So I'm with you on that goal. I think somehow we're going to get that done this year. So we're going for it.
Doggone right. We're going to make it happen. And then, it's going to be neat for you to say, we finally got them in. And, there we go.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, let's talk about the features of the week, because we always highlight one of the dogs, of course, one of the cats, of course. Now, who do we got this week?
So this week on our dog side, we have Addie, and Addie is about a 6-month-old German Shepherd, tan, fawn colored, light. She's very light colored, beautiful dog. She has a lot of energy. And so she was an owner surrender, and it was because of her energy level that the owner surrendered her. So don't hold that against her, because that's how I got Charlie, because Charlie had actually been adopted once and then returned because he was too much puppy for somebody. So I think Addie's just a lot of puppy. And, with a little obedience training, she can be perfect, just like Charlie is perfect. So we are told she's good with cats, kids, dogs. She's a lover, but she is just one of those kind of right now hyper puppies. And so keep that in mind. But she's a beautiful dog, and she'll make a great pet someday. She'll make a great pet now, but she'd be a really great pet after she has a little obedience training. And then our kitty of the week is Sheba. Sheba's about 3 years old, and she was an owner surrender too when the owner had too many pets, and so had to divest himself or herself of some of his pets. And so Sheba is a very pretty tabby short hair, domestic short hair is what they're called, but a tabby cat. But she's got some really interesting markings that aren't just strictly, to me, she doesn't look just strictly tabby. She's very pretty. So go check her out because she's good to go, and we have no behavioral issues with her. So she's just a good kitty, and she'd fit right into anybody's home.
So we've got Addie on the dog side. We've got Sheba on the cat side, on the feline side. Now, Rhonda, are you really trying to tell me that a puppy is childlike? Really?
It can be surprising to people.
Wow, I would have never guessed that a puppy would be childlike in any way. I thought they all came already. I thought they came, when they're litter, all obedient, trained, and through the whole rambunctious puppy stage. They were just ready for life.
Well, you'd miss out on all those good pictures if they came already ready to go. So, the fun pictures where they've chewed up your slippers or your pouch or, whatever it might be.
Or just your entire house. Yeah, whatever it may be.
Exactly. Yeah. So, the woodwork.
Pictures that you can look back on in about 5 years and then laugh. Yes. Those pictures.
Those pictures. It's like, I got to fix that hole in the wall because the dog decided to chew on the wallboard. Don't know why, but that's what they did.
Yeah, who can figure why they chew on half the stuff they do? But they do.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, why as kids did we think that the light socket was something cool to put a knife in? That kind of thing. I mean,
true.
It's because it was there. Bottom line, because it was there. So.
Or their school glue, the kids that ate the paste. I never did get that. I mean, I remember sitting in art class, like in second grade, and some kid was like eating off that little, the little paste stick, and I'm like, oh, really?
Do they even make those screw on top paste sticks anymore?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe not, because it's too easy to use as a popsicle stick or something. But
another memory, Rhonda. Another memory that we can relate to. People around our age can relate to. Younger generation probably go, "What is that? How does that work?"
Yeah. What is that? Well, I don't know. Hopefully, they still make school glue like that because what kids are missing out on a lot if they can't be eating their school glue.
Well, and I'm gonna try and give an excuse when I say this, but my father, when I was up till about the age of 6 years old, my father was actually a delivery man for the Borden's Dairy Company, and Borden's used to be very big here in town. Well, yes. Elmer's glue is made by Borden's.
Yes.
So maybe because there's milk in the glue, maybe that's why. Some dairy product.
Okay, we'll buy that.
I don't know. I'm probably trying to justify it, Rhonda, because I eat my fair share of paste growing up. So, who knows?
It's a dairy product. I'm just trying to get my calcium.
Well, yeah, I also see the cow on it. I mean, isn't that being Borden's Dairy? Isn't that right?
Right. Exactly.
Oh, goodness. Well, Rhonda, again, big thanks to everybody at Almost Home Humane Society, you and everybody on the board as well. You guys do a fabulous job. And without you, boy, we would be lost. We would have a lot of pets, not just in Fort Dodge, in our area, that would have nowhere to go, that would have no chance really at life. And you guys make that all possible. And I want to remind everybody that because of that, you live on the generosity of others. And that's why it's so important, why we ask every week what you're in need of, because we want to try and do everything we can as a community and communities surrounding Fort Dodge to make sure that we can help meet those needs and keep you guys as solvent as possible, because we need you here. We definitely need you here.
Exactly. And, when you think about the quality of life, when people are looking for communities to move into, actually humane societies are kind of one of those indicators of a good quality of life, because we are taking care of those who are in more need than we are. So, and Fort Dodge does a great job in human side of that too. But your listeners step up all the time to help us out, and we are so appreciative of the time you guys give us and the everything that your listeners do for us. Absolutely. Well, to coin a phrase in a different way, it takes a village to raise a puppy and a kitty, right? So there you go. That's right. It definitely does. Well, Rhonda, again, you guys keep up the great work. Keep warm. Boy, the next couple of days are going to be just Arctic-like, so keep very, very warm. Yep, spring's coming though. I mean, the days are getting longer. Every time we cross into a new year, at least we can say we know it's going to happen sometime this year. Right. In Iowa, it could be August, but we know it's going to happen sometime this year. We know we've had blizzards on May 1st or 2nd, but we will get there at some point in time.
Eventually, right? Eventually. It's when you're sitting at Christmas going, oh man, it's not even a new year yet. Spring isn't even a thought. But
That's right.
Yeah, we'll get there. Rhonda, have a great week as always, and we'll check in with you again next week.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Rhonda. Our good friend Rhonda from Almost Home Humane Society right here in Fort Dodge. And again, anything you can do to help them out. They need so many things that, again, what you go through on a daily basis with your pet or pets, they're going through 50, 100 times that every single day. So anything you can do, please, again, give them a helping hand or whatever it may be that you can, even a few dollars here and there, even a couple of dollars here and there. The size of the amount does not matter. It's what it all adds up, and every single penny, again, goes to help Almost Home and the fur babies right here in Fort Dodge and our surrounding area. It is 8 minutes before the top of the hour. We are still sitting right now at 6 degrees in Fort Dodge. It's cold, and it's going to get colder. I'm going to tell you all about it, the K97 weather coming up in just a little bit, and we're going to continue on What You Want to Hear Wednesday as well. Stay right here on the morning train. It's only on K97.